What's up everybody, welcome back to Cilinix Crypto and welcome back to a new amazing video in which we'll talk about, in my eyes, a real crypto gem. It's called Goldfinch, the token is called GFI, that's the abbreviation. And yeah, I wanted to make a video on that. As most of you know, I really like new tokens coming out and I really like researching low market cap gems, which Goldfinch in my eyes really is. This video is completely unsponsored. I research a lot of low market cap cryptos, which I think have potential. And this is one I'm definitely investing in for the next bull market. So that's why I wanted to make a video on that. I'll probably also make a Twitter thread on it later today, but you'll see that on my Twitter at cilinixcrypto. But for now, we're going to be talking about Goldfinch. So let's get right into the video. All right, so before we actually get into what Goldfinch is, because that's very important, obviously, I thought it would be more interesting to actually show you some of the investors in the platform and in the company, because it's a real company. They make real profits. Right now, they have a 30-day protocol revenue of $100,000, which, you know, it isn't the largest revenue amount in the world, but it's a project that makes real revenue. They actually earn money, which I think in a bear market especially, which I would say we're still in, is very important. But I thought it would be more interesting to actually take a look at some stats you want to know, right? So the market cap right now of Goldfinch is $17 million, very low. At the end of the video, we'll also talk about the tokenomics. The tokenomics are actually pretty good. And there's also quite a lot of the total supply already in circulation, which is very good for longer term investing as well. And they have raised a lot of capital. Starting off by Coinbase Ventures invested in it, A16Z, which is a huge venture capital, invested in it twice. And in total, over the last 3 years, they've raised, let's do some quick maths, over 37 million, I should say. Yeah, $37 million they invested, or they actually raised in capital that was invested by venture capitals. So it has some major backing by some major venture capitals and crypto investors. So I just wanted to show you some of those stats before we dive into what Goldfinch actually is. So as a quick overview, Goldfinch is a decentralized credit protocol that allows for crypto borrowing without crypto collateral, with loans instead fully collateralized off-chain. All right, and then I think it's good to just get right into the application, which you can find if you go to the website. Links will be down in the description, and otherwise it's goldfinch.finance. If you open up the application, to put it into other words, there are in crypto, there are a lot of lending protocols, which basically allow you to borrow crypto. So for example, if you have Ethereum and you want to borrow, you don't want to sell that Ethereum, but you do want to get some stable coins, then what you can do is you can put up that Ethereum as collateral and actually get a loan. So you can borrow stable coins and do whatever you want to do with those stable coins, maybe trade, whatever. All right. And if you cannot pay back that loan, they will actually keep your Ethereum. But the problem with most of those lending protocols is that you actually have to, for example, put up $100,000 in Ethereum to get back $50,000 in stablecoins. So you need to over collateralize. And Goldfinch, it's actually different. And I think that's the great thing about that. And one of the key selling points and why I think this is an amazing project, apart from the investments and the very low market cap, because that obviously plays a part as well. But with Goldfinch, you can actually, or at least like businesses, because it isn't for retail borrowers yet, perhaps in the future, but like there is huge funds which can actually borrow money with real world assets. So for example, if you have a house, if you have an income with work, or if a company has real income, they can actually borrow crypto by using those real world assets. So you don't actually need to over collateralize. They actually have a team at Goldfinch that goes over all of those, all the people and all the institutions that want to borrow. And they actually assess whether the risk is there and how much they should pay in repayments and interest. You can see it's actually being used. Like for example, SME loans in Southeast Asia. So usually right now it's institutions actually borrowing that money and then using that money for different things, like for example also the Africa Innovation Pool. And they actually pay back the loans plus an interest. So that's how Goldfinch, and you as well, because you can actually participate in this. You get a percentage of the loans if you have GFI, the main token, which is, by the way, also a governance token, but we'll still get into the tokenomics later. But yeah, so that's how they actually make their revenue. And that's, first of all, it's unique. I know no other project that does it like this. It's well funded, it's low market cap, you can participate in it. So yeah, that's why, those are the main reasons why I think it's a great project. That's also what the project is. It's not that difficult in my eyes. We'll get into some more details in a moment. But that's Goldfinch. So just to go over some details quickly, and I would definitely recommend you to check out their white paper yourself if you are interested in that. Right now, like soon they will get auditors. So you will actually get decentralized people judging everybody that wants to borrow crypto. And then based on that, more people and more institutions can more easily borrow crypto with real world assets and income. They have unique identity. So you do need to be KYC'd to actually, well, not necessarily to provide capital, so to actually get yield, but you do need to be KYC'd, and institutions need to be KYC'd to actually get money, which I think is not necessarily a bad thing. And you can actually also get some great rewards on your GFI. For example, if you provide GFI to a liquidity pool, you'll get an FIDU NFT token. So if you have that and GFI tokens, you can actually become a member. You can gain membership access, and then you can actually get better yields, weekly yields, great yields actually, and with that also gain a revenue of those loans. You can also just easily stake it right here. As you can see, the APY is not amazing, but it's at least a way to actually gain some more tokens on the GFI you have already bought. So that's always better than nothing, right? Okay, so in my opinion, those were the most important things you need to know about. Now let's actually get into some tokenomics. So the total supply initially is capped at 114 million GFI tokens. That will be increased after 3 years, so that's coming up. But this is the initial supply, and inflation, it's not a bad thing. Inflation also means that there's more tokens to actually do something with. As you can see, these are the tokenomics. If I could actually zoom in, you can see it. We'll not go over everything, but altogether quite a lot goes to the foundation, Warbler Labs behind it, and to the early and future team. But there's enough GFI tokens allocated to backers, liquidity providers, the treasury, which you will actually get something back from if you are a member of Goldfinch, and early supporters. So altogether, I think the tokenomics, they're not ideal, but if we're talking about the inflation, because Goldfinch has actually been around for some time, the inflation right now, like already 52 million tokens have been put into circulating supply. Of the, like I said, 114 million tokens. So almost half of the supply has actually been released. So there's not that much inflation anymore in the price. And the price has actually held up fairly well as well. If we take a look at, for example, the 4-hour time frame, you can see that this is actually not a good chart. Let's actually look up a different chart real quick. But overall, the inflation is not that bad, which is a good thing if you want to invest in it for the long term. So here you can see they say that only 29 million has been released, but Masari.io is a better source on that. Last month has actually performed fairly well. So overall, that is, I think, everything you need to know on Goldfinch. If you actually want to purchase it, you can purchase it on not BYBIT, but you can purchase it on Coinbase, Gate.io, and MaxC. You can also purchase it on, I think, decentralized exchanges. So if you are interested in that, check that out. Like I said, I'll leave all the links down in the description. But for now, this was my video and crypto review on Goldfinch and a GFI token. So thank you for watching. Subscribe if you want to know about more low market cap crypto gems. For now, take care and bye.